Hi, this is your girl Teresa with the Ntheknow Radio Talk Show. And yes, you know that's my signature. People be messing with me. My peace sign. Oh, it's supposed to be this way. This is old school. This way is new school. Yeah. So I got an amazing person in the studio with me today. His name is Toderick Johnson. He is the proud owner, the founder, and the person that had the vision. And this vision can be brought to you many places. Now, his vision was sitting in a bar, drinking on some Hennessy and a splash of Coke.
That's right.
And God spoke to him. And what did God say?
Just a splash.
Just a splash.
God gave me the vision to do this magazine, and I didn't know if it was the Coke. I didn't know if it was God. I mean, the Hennessy.
The Hennessy.
The Hennessy, the Coke, or God. One of the three of them.
Coca-Cola.
Yes,
Coca-Cola.
Yeah, Coca-Cola. Yeah, not Coke.
They got to clean it up, make sure they understand, because then you know how people cling on to one word. He said Coke. Yeah, Coca-Cola and Hennessy. Okay, sitting at the bar. A dash of Coke in the drink. Okay, so we're sitting there, where he's sitting there, and this vision from God came and said, you thought you didn't know me, but you do know me.
Yeah, you do know me. That's right.
And you took it to your wife, and what your wife said.
And she thought I was crazy. She was like, he couldn't possibly give you this vision because you don't even know him. And I had to prove to her that he did give me the vision. So I sat down, I worked on it, came up with Epitome. Epitome means to be above and beyond at whatever you do. So if I was going to have a magazine, it has to be the epitome of all of them. So I just had to work on it.
You worked on it.
Yes,
and you worked on it for the last, how many years?
12 years.
12 years. And this is the finished product that they have been publishing for 12 years, going strong. And that's a lot of time, because you I've seen magazines come and magazines go.
Yes.
And a lot of times it's because when they first start out, you know, they have the vision, they have the dedication to put it, but sometimes it breaks down where you don't have the audience, or you're not making the type of revenue from that, and then they collapse just like anything else. So tell me, what made you be so successful in the past 12 years?
Well, you know, just steady listening to God and working it out, and building relationships. You know, building relationships, and then taking the grassroots approach when I first started the magazine, hitting the salons. I ain't talking about just in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, hitting the salons in any city I go to. It could be Nashville, it could be Chicago, Atlanta, hit the salons, and then I go to churches on Sundays. They allow me to speak for 5 minutes about the magazine, and then I have a table in the lobby so people come out. So I've been able to go straight to the consumers. A lot of people start magazines or have magazines, they can't go to the consumers. You know what I'm saying? So we've been able to do that, and it's nobody but God.
So he stepped out of the norm of how that you would do a magazine, and that's one thing I used to tell people when they were like, you know, when I first started in the know, they're like, you're everywhere. You're everywhere. I said, yeah, because I don't have I had a bank account with money in it, but I don't want to spend all my money on marketing dollars. So you have to become your own billboard, your own spokesperson. You have to put yourself out there, and if you want something bad enough, then you're going to do that, and that's exactly what you did. So that was very unique.
You got to look like a fool.
I didn't look like no fool.
Well, I'm just saying, that's what it's saying.
I don't think you look like no fool either.
Well, you got to look crazy to people. People got to be like, I can't believe that guy. Look at that guy. But guess what? While you looking like that to them, it's steady working out for you.
Yeah, or maybe. See, when I think of when you say look like a fool, I'm thinking of, and I'm not talking about anybody that has this job. I'm talking about people that, you know, the ones that are on the corners and they got the billboard, or they're dressed up like this and stuff like that. I'm not talking about being a spokesperson like that. I'm talking about you have to get out and go meet people. A lot of times people want to just do everything on social media now. Oh, I put a blast out for this, but I don't have a relationship with you. So when you're sending me all of this information, it's going, I'm looking at it, but I'm not paying attention. Now, if it's a relationship and I say, how'd you get this on Facebook? Then I was like, I know the logo, number one. I know the person and the people behind this. And so if it's something that they're doing, then I'm going to support it. So you have to build a relationship. It's not just social media and sending out a blast.
And get out and work and stop using social media to do all the work for you.
Now you can use it as, Get out and go places. Yes. Like he came down to the station and he's probably got a ticket, just like I have.
Well, I hope I don't have one.
I have a ticket. Look, I told y'all last week when I was on here, I got 2 tickets and I forgot to pay one within 15 days. It went from $45 up to $85. So when I paid my 2 tickets, it was $138.
Good Lord.
So if you got a ticket now and I have one, it's $45 a piece. I mean, we're feeding the city.
I think I still
I'm about ready to bring my
if y'all see me run up out of here, I'm gonna
you already know why. And if I'm gone too, you're gonna listen to a lot of music until I get back here. But tell me, what would a person look for in your magazine? Is this magazine, and I already know the answers, but I'm gonna just ask the questions. Is this magazine only local for Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, or do you find other areas?
No, it's a national publication. We have a magazine in all 50 states.
In all 50 states.
Yeah, all 50
so
states.
You can, but if
subscribers in all 50 states.
Subscribers, but like as an individual, if we decided, like the radio station, we want to put an ad in here. This is going to be more for the local market. This particular magazine, so you do it based on.
We have to work out local, ad rates. So, because it's a national publication, we have over 100,000 subscribers that get this magazine throughout the United States. And then we also have people in 5 different countries that get it too as well.
Oh, okay.
Different subscribers. So, and we're not in any stores right at this particular moment because we're able to go to the different places straight to the consumer. So, you can always go online. Our website is www.epitomemagazine.org, or just give us a call at 888-705-7733.
So again, that's 888-705-7733, or go on to epitomemagazine.org.
Yes.
So tell me, when you do the interviews as well?
No, I have an editor.
Okay.
And I have 2 assistant editors, and I have about 4 or 5 writers.
Oh wow!
So they do the interviews. The only interviews I ever do is when I go to like red carpets or different events, and I do live interviews on carpets and different things like that. But other than that, the magazine, no, we got writers.
The verdict is in.
Yes.
You have writers.
And they do a great job. They've been with me. Some of them been with me since for 12 years.
Oh, wow.
My editor been with me for 12 years. Yes.
So when you first started your magazine, did you do any of the stories?
No, my editor did the stories.
Okay, you always had it. Okay, your wife did.
My wife did the stories too. She did a lot of writing, so she haven't had to write anything in a long time except for her. She has a segment in there called Word of Wisdom.
Okay.
So it's not in this particular issue because she's on the cover.
She's on the cover. She's on the cover.
Yes.
And she's in the cover. Isn't that beautiful? All right, Oprah. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So she is like my client because I push for her to get out to do different speaking engagements and different things throughout the United States. She get a lot of them on her own right now, but I put a little work in.
So what does Monica normally speak on?
Well, first of all, she's a preacher. She preaches. She preaches and she speaks on young girls and women's when they're going through different things. So she speaks on that a whole lot. She have That Girl Is Smart. I don't know if you ever heard of that, but That Girl Is Smart is a program that she has that when she has the program, she have women in one room, she have girls in the other room, and she bridged the gap between both of them.
Oh, yeah, and it's a big gap.
Yeah, because the women don't understand the girls, and a lot of times the girls are trying to understand the women, so she bring them together. And we just created That Boys Is Smart, too, as well, which we're having our event March the 16th. It's going to be in Addison at the Abilene Christian College, right off the Dallas Parkway. Please bring your sons out. We need more boys. We need more girls. Bring them out. And we are there from 10 to 3. And we serve lunch. Everything is free that day. The event is free, but you have to go to www.thatgirlissmart to register for this event. It's a great event.
Okay, and so tell me about the event. What are they going to do at the event?
Well, they're going to have different classes with different speakers to come in. And then we do like a halftime where we give out awards and different things like that. Have a big like pep rally, and we serve food. Then we go back to our classes, and by 3 o'clock we pretty much.
And who is the audience for? Who should come?
Girls 6 through 18, and then the parents come too as well. So we have women. We have classes for women. Okay. And then we also have it for boys and men. If the men want to come and be a part of the session with the boys, and that's from 6 to 18 as well with the boys.
And what is the name of the event?
It's called That Girl Is Smart, and we have That Boy Is Smart.
And where can they go to register to be able to come out?
They can go to www.thatgirlissmart.com.
All right.
Yes, yes. You can also go to Facebook to That Girl Is Smart too as well, or you can go to Facebook to Monica Johnson.
Okay. Yes. Well, I'm looking at this page right here on the front cover, and it says "Changing Your Mindset." Look at this dude. Who is that?
Well, you know what?
Who is that?
I never been on the cover, but
you got the
that's inside. An inside page.
You got an inside page.
And you know, a lot of people ask me that. They say, "Why you never been on your cover?" Because God never told me to be on my cover. And that's one of the things that you have to understand is when you start a business or you start anything, you have to make sure God gave you that vision, because if God didn't give you that vision, you might have some problems.
You might have some problems. Yes, and so a lot of times in all these business ideas that a person comes up with, if God didn't give it to you, then we talked about that yesterday. We were talking about favor and what favor really means. And people use that word loosely, but when I use the word favor, it's favor from God. And I said it's just like this setup here with the radio station. One of my friends was asking when I was interviewing him, they said, "I didn't know you wanted to be in radio." And I said, I didn't. I said it was never a goal of mine. Is I go on talk shows and I do, but I'm always on the other side, the interview side. They're interviewing me and I'm talking about a business or what I'm doing here and there. And I said, but God has a way of positioning you even when you're not thinking that's what you want to do, right? And so it was given to me. It was just favor. I didn't go interview for it or anything. It was asked for me to do this, and I said yes. And then after I said yes, that spirit of fear always sets in, and it's like, I don't have time to do this. Why did I say yes? And then once I started doing it, I said, okay, I can do this. I can do an hour. And then they said, well, no, but we really want you now to do 2 hours. 2 hours. So, I mean, when God says, I'm going to give you a voice and I'm going to allow you to bring people that are in my flock in to be interviewed, then that just gives another way for us to give the audience information from spirited-minded indivials, equally yoked individuals, people that understand who their daddy is. You got to understand who your daddy is and where you came and what you have the ability to do. So I tell everybody out there, if it's something that you want to do, God gives you a discerning spirit too to know, is this for me?
And you got to be obedient.
Yes, obedience is number one.
And don't try to do it on your own.
and you know what? That is so key, because I love the fact that every time I ask you, well, who did this in the magazine? Oh, my editor. Well, who did this? My graphic designer. Okay, who did this? You have people in place, and so many times we as entrepreneurs, when we first start out, we try to have every hat and hold every hat, and because it's our baby, we don't want to release it because we think that we're the only ones that can make it go somewhere. Sometimes you are preventing yourself to elevate yourself by just doing you. You can't do everything. Align yourself and collaborate with the people that are spiritually minded. And I'm saying this to you so that you understand it's very important. You have to look at who you align yourself with. And a lot of people just, chase, oh, this person can do this, but is that person really aligned with your principles and what you stand for?
Well, you're right. God's going to send you some people, and the enemy is going to send you some people. So you got to determine which one of these people are going to be able to stay and work with you. So that's going to be up to you. sermon.
Well, I just love your magazine, and I love both of you and your wife. I think y'all are awesome individuals, and I love the fact that y'all are both entrepreneurs and work together, and you know, you build your legacy that is going to go on. You have kids?
Yes, we do.
How many kids you have?
We have 2. We have a 30-year-old and a 26-year-old.
Okay, I have 2.
Yes.
My daughter's 24, my son is 34. 10-year difference.
Yeah.
I was married to several people.
Okay.
God don't work on me. But I was always married. That's why I tell people I'm divorced now, and I've been divorced now for about a year and some months. But I tell people that in life, you know, every husband that I had, 3, we're all good friends. And so, I'm friends with
people. So you were married 3 times?
Yeah, okay. I got married when I was in college. I went to high school. I graduated from high school when I was 17. Okay. So I went to college on a full scholarship. I got married my 3rd year. Okay. So I got married when I was like 20 years old. And then I stayed married for maybe 3 years. Then I got married again when I was 30. I stayed married for 7 years. Then I got married when I was 45. Stayed married for 11 years. Okay. So God is going to, if he wants me to be married, he'll send me the right person.
So you'll do it again?
I'll do it again if he sends me the right person. But guess what? I'm not in a hurry because I am so much loving me right now and my independence and just doing me that it's not about being married. I tell people I've been married all my life. I said, so I'm married to myself now for a change. I'm married to myself. And sometimes you have to find yourself and see what's going to make you happy. And then God will put that person that complements you and that you can work together with to have a good relationship.
Yes, you gotta love yourself first.
Yeah. So I like that the magazine is focused around.
Yes.
You see that T? That's not just the ordinary T. That is a cross.
That's a cross.
So you know it has meaning. It has favor, and that's why when you look at his magazine, it's been here so long because he has the support of a CEO that is God. You know.
Yes, and it's all positive. Nothing negative in the magazine. And you know, in this day and time, you know, magazines or any type of news, they want negative news. That's what makes it. But this is positive right here. So you know it's all God. And we didn't do anything outside of what he told us to do to try to make the magazine stick around. It's all him. Yes.
And I love that. I love it without a doubt. I know this is Jim Austin. He's calling me right now because Jim has that.
Yeah, I know Jim.
Okay, and so you know
he's out of Fort Worth.
Out of Fort Worth, right? And so he has a major event that's going on. It starts today. Okay. It is the Arlington Jazz Festival, and it's at the Arlington Convention or Arlington Music Hall. It's for 2 days, and I was supposed to give out tickets online.
Oh, you need to do that.
You want to take your wife?
Do I want? If she would like to go, when is it now? Tomorrow,
today and tomorrow.
Well, we have dinner today. No, I'm not going to be in.
Yeah, okay. So
and you know, I'm usually not in town.
I know you're never here, so I just appreciate that you blessed me with your presence.
Well, I'm just happy to be here. That I don't have to be rushing through an airport or trying to get down a highway or something like that. I can relax right now. Lay back this weekend. All
right, so we're going to go ahead and take a radio break, and I just want to thank you, Toderick, for coming on with us at Y99FM, KYBS, and our call letters are 99.9. We'll be back. Listen to some music.
I'm going to my car.
I probably already got a ticket, so I ain't gonna run down. I'm gonna need a sponsor. I need a sponsor just for my tickets, okay? All right. Peace out.